Hello guys, this is the Boyders and this is a Unity3D programming tutorial. So it's been a while since I last uploaded a video, and this is because I haven't got a clue what video I have to make. And yesterday I was thinking about the menu I was going to make for my game, and I realized that I need to make an input controller. I mean, you need to somehow map the keys you want to use in game the way you want to use them, and maybe you would like to use different keys from what you're going to code. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to make a simple, or call it advanced, key mapper for your game. So this is only the key mapping part, and you need to work it out to make it more advanced if you want, or to implement it in your game. So I'm going to make a new scene, okay, and I'm going to make a new C# script. Okay, let me try again. God, what's happening? C# script. Okay, now I'm going to call it key mapper tutorial, and I'm going to start her up. What? Okay, for in this tutorial I'm going to use a list for the keys, so we need to import the system collection generic library. System collections dot generic. Okay, now in order to make the list having more than more than one variable to edit, we're going to make a serialized public class where we will store our variables. So we type system serializable and then public class, and I'm going to call it input manager. Okay, so in for our input manager we want each of the key have an input name, for example shooting or crouch jump or etc. So we're going to make a public string key name, and for every key, for every input or key or code, whatever you like, we need a string where we store our key. So I'm going to make public string key. Now let's assign this to a list. Public list input manager input manager is equals to new list. Okay, now I'm going to make a boolean. So if we want to change a key, the keys will be stored in buttons, and when you click the button you would like to check whether the key is changeable or not. So I'm going to make a bool change, and I'm going to make a integer named key. So this will be the last key you clicked to change. So you wanted to change the last key you wanted to change. So in order to make all of the keys buttons in the game, you will need to use onGUI function. So for it onGUI, and here we need to check whether the input manager is empty or not. So we type the if statement, if input manager input manager is not equals to new, then we want it to execute the code. Now, for every single key in the input manager, we want to make a button. I'm going to use the for statement, and I'm going to use it like this. For integer I equals to 0, semicolon, I is smaller than input manager dot count. This is the maximum objects in the list, and I plus plus, so this will increase the integer with 1 every time it every single frame, every single frame it will increase the integer with 1. So now we have the for statement, we need to make the buttons. So as this is a K-mapper system or input manager system, we will need to see which key are we actually changing. So I'm going to state the key name and the actual key next to each other, so it is easy for the user to see it and change it and know what to change. So I'm going to use GUI layout.begin horizontal, and I'm going to end that horizontal layout. GUI layout.end horizontal. Okay. Now here we need to store the GUI layout. I'm using GUI layout, so in order not to make the tutorial that long and to make everything simple for you to understand. So GUI.label is equals to input manager y.key name. Okay, and now we have to make our actual button for every single key in the input manager. So if GUI layout dot button, and the button name must be the key button, but manager the I dot key. Yeah. So here so every time you click the button, you set that button to be changeable, and you set that exact key to the last integer key we already assigned here. So what we do is key is equals to I and change is true. Now in that exact same for statement, we will need to make the change function available. So if change, and we need to execute the following code. In order to change the button key, we will need to use a keyboard event. So we need to make private or local variable. It's local because it's made in a certain function, for example on GUI. So we make event, I'm going to call it event E is equals to event current event. Okay, now we need to check if the key is changeable and also if there is any key pressed. So if change and E is key, then we need to execute our changing key code. Okay, now after we change the actual key, we need to set the change to false. So change is equals to false, and we need to set the key string to the new key we pressed. So what we are doing is input manager key. Yes, the last key clicked in the input manager dot key must be equals to e dot key code dot toString, because we need this toString to convert it to string, because if you make it only e key code, it will execute the actual key code, and the key code is a numerator. I mean, it's I don't know what actual code is stored in a numerator, so yeah, maybe it's enumerable, or I don't know. I hope you get what I mean. Yeah. Okay, let's first test it out before we actually can use those keys. Okay, now we save that and we're going to Unity. I'm going to assign that code to the camera, and I'm going to add 3 keys. For example, shoot, it will be left control, jump, it will be space, and crouch, it will be just C. Okay, now save the scene. Tutorial key mapper. Okay, now as the scene is saved, we're going to test her out. Now, as you see, we have all the 3 buttons here and their labels. So if we click any button, for example, I want to change the jump button to, let's say, H. If we click H, it's changed to H. If we continue to click, I hope you hear my keyboard. I click on the keyboard and no keys changed. So because we set that change to false whenever a key is clicked. Let's change the shoot, make it W, or the crouch to R or T or space or whatever it is, doesn't matter. Okay, now we need somehow to test whether these keys work or not. So I'm going to use the fixed update function, because as I told you earlier, I want to make everything as simple as possible. So void fixed update. Now in order to check whether the buttons are working, I'm going to make a boolean named test and GUI layout button, test buttons if, and when you click this button, it will make test to true. So now, if test is true, then we will need to check the buttons. Now, in order to get the keys from the actual input manager automatically, and not to store every single variable manually, you need to make input manager variable which will find the exact string for the input manager list. I can't explain it that good because I'm still not quite how to say it, I don't know. I'm still not that into it, so I don't know how to explain, but I know how to do it. Just do what I do. Now we type input manager, and we'll call that that's the first input, and I'll call it the shoot input, which is equals to the list input manager, and we need to find an exact string from the input manager. So in order to find, we need to store a local variable for this input manager, and I'm going to call it str, which is string. Which is searching for string that is equals to str dot key name, and that key name should be shoot. So what this basically do is making a local variable str. I don't know what its type. I think its type is just a game object, or I'm not sure what it exactly is. So what it makes is it's searching for a string which is equals to shoot. I mean, which searches the shoot string in every string key name, and if there's a single shoot input, it will return it to this input shoot. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So to use it in a button, we need to use if GUI if input dot get key down, and here we say show dot key, and if we click that key, it will print the show dot key name we just clicked. Okay, let's test it out. So the shoot currently is left control, and if I click test and I click the control, it prints the shoot, it prints the input name. If I click any other button, it prints nothing. So for every single input you're going to use in your game, you need to store that input the way I did, or if there's any other way, you can do it. This is my way of doing it. So I want now to store the crouch and jumps keys. I'm going to make input manager jump is equals to input manager dot find str search for string equals to str key name jump. If input dot get key down, show jump dot key, print the jump dot key name. Okay, let me test it out. The jump is set to space button. So now if I click the test and click the space, it prints the jump. If I click control, it prints shoot. Space control, space control, space control. Yes, it's working. So now, in order to save these buttons every time you change them, I'm going to use player prefs and the function start. So as I said, it will save the buttons every time it's changed, so I'm going to set that player pref to here, where you click when you click any key on the keyboard. So player prefs dot set string to input manager key dot key name, and the string must be input, it must be e dot the event key code converted to string. Okay. I hope it's working. Now void start for, I'm going to use for statement for each button. For integer I equals to 0, I is smaller than input manager dot count I plus plus, and here I'm going to set input manager I dot key is equals to player prefs dot get string input manager I dot key name. Okay, let's try it out. Left control W Q. Now let's stop it and start it again. Left control W Q. Everything is working. And it's working the way it should work. Oh. Yeah. As some of the command functions or the special, command buttons and special buttons on the keyboard, they have different command names from their key names. So if the left control is left control as a key name, it's left CTRL as a command name. So I'm going to do this only for the control, and you will have to do it for every single button you want to change manually. So in order not to get that kind of error, so what I'm going to do is here where we check whether a key is changeable and if a key from the keyboard is clicked, we need to check whether that key is left control or not. So if e.keycode.toString is not equals to left control, then we're going to execute this code, and else if e.keycode.toString is equals to left control, then we will have to say that input manager key is equals to left CTRL, and player refs dot set string input manager key dot key name to left CTRL. Okay, hope this is working. It has to work, it must work. Okay, now let's try it out. This is the left control. Whenever I click left control, it prints left CTRL. If I test it, what? Space. Oh yeah, I forgot that every key command is lowercase, so we need to convert it also to lowercase, to lower case, to lower character. And now let's check it again. Space. C Higgs X Z space left control. Test if I click shoot and jump. If I click space, it prints that space is unknown. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not here. Actually, it is right here. We need to convert this to lowercase characters, and you have to do this for every single button. You need to convert to lowercase the key command name. So if I now check it out, it's lowercase now. I will make this C, I will make this Z, and then change it again to space. I will make this F, and now I will try it out. If I click space, it prints the jump. If I click F, it prints the shoot. If I click C, it will print nothing because I didn't make input controller for that key. If I make the shoot to left control, if I click left control, it will continue printing the shoot. Okay, this is it for today. Guys, I hope you understood what I just tried to teach you. I mean, oh, my fucking English sucks. Okay, sorry for my language. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have anything to say to me or any criticism, just let me know in the down in the comments, and yeah, that's it. And also, I'm sorry for my speaking mistakes. I didn't do this for a while, and I'm still confused. I still feel confused. It's still confusing, and I'm a little perplexed. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye. Okay, guys, bye.